I'm gonna do it one more time. Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Isaiah. Welcome to Silent Podcast, the place where everything but silent. I'm your host Isaiah, and we are here to talk about Big Brother 6 for the review podcast. I have a really good panel here. I'm having a lot of fun with the series. We are on episode 19. So just to introduce my panel real quick, I have Fun Size Sasha. Sasha, what's going on?
Hello. I'm back. The nerd herd is here. I can't wait to be all about the bullying today.
All right. I also got Chappell. Chappell, what's going on?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me back. This is one of my favorite seasons of television of any type of television. So I'm ready. Let's do it.
And we also got Ty, the unknown. Ty, what's going on?
Oh my god.
What's good? What's good? Yeah, I like this season. I want to talk some shit.
Now this is everybody's second episode. So I had Chappell and Sasha here for Big Brother 16. They said, "Put me on a good season next time."
Yeah. You owe us.
I had Ty earlier too. I think we had Ty. You were already on 20, so this is our second time talking. But it is Big Brother 6. This is, in my opinion, one of the best seasons of Big Brother of all time. So many good characters, so many legends. Half of the iconic people got invited to All Stars. It was great. But Ty, was this your first time watching Big Brother 6?
Yeah, man, I'm the virgin. I'm the virgin on this one. This is my first time
anymore.
watching Big Brother 6.
We popped that cherry, Ty. You
Yeah,
good
it
now.
popped.
Yeah.
I need to go. Bye.
But what was your first, like, tell me how you feel about it now that you finally watched it.
Everybody on this season is a menace. Like, everybody did something very irregular, I would say, in life. And that's great entertainment. Like, this is way before people actually really cared about how they appeared on television. And that's what made it great, to be honest. I mean, there's some suspect stuff in there that I'm sure we'll talk about, but I loved it. It was so entertaining. It's so entertaining.
Now, I don't know, Chappelle. I don't know if you do. I do know that Sasha went back to rewatch this for this podcast. No, actually, I think you did, because I saw your tweets and everything, or you saw something. I don't know. How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about this season? It's been years, obviously, since its first air. I don't know if you guys were watching back then. I know I didn't, but like I watched that later time. How y'all feel about it? It's been a long time.
Sasha, you can go.
Yeah, I watched it later as well, because I moved to the United States in 2005, I believe, when this was going live. So I haven't been around in these streets that long. Just kidding. I started watching 2 years later. So I've seen it all. And I forgot how good Big Brother was. And it's so unfortunate that Big Brother is what it is now. And I think they should be embarrassed of themselves, because here's the thing, right? As the quote unquote woke crowd that I feel like I am a part of, I like this stuff. We will not drag these people for talking like this. It's hilarious to us, because maybe I'm a bully. I don't care. But I like this kind of hot mess stuff. So for all these people that are like, this stuff would never fly on Twitter, you're wrong. Twitter would love this shit. And we would vote these people back and back and back. So that's all I have to say, is that Big Brother, be ashamed.
Nah, Sasha's right. Big Brother has come such a long way. I will be the OG here and say I watched this season in real time. I remember it. I remember it vividly, and I haven't gone and rewatched it for this. I don't need to, because this is a good season of television that lives rent free in my head. Sasha's not wrong about the bullying. it happened. They were fighting, and it was equal fighting.
Exactly.
And a lot of it wasn't even problematic. It was just like yelling stuff about eating each other's dogs and stuff, which, I mean, you wouldn't love that. But at the same time, it's like those were the personal attacks. They were personal, but they were such like childish personal attacks. It wasn't like something like, I want to insult your mom and your disabilities and stuff like that. It kind of, there's some body shaming going on. I'm looking at Howie. We gonna talk Howie, but
oh God,
but for the most part, this was just like two teams pitted against each other, going to battle, and it was fun to watch every single week. I loved it. So this is one of the greatest seasons of Big Brother, easily.
Yeah, I'm definitely team good TV. I know that it comes with a lot of toxicity. It's okay with me. Okay, like I think the first 10 seasons is just full of so much like craziness that probably would not get accepted nowadays.
Why? People are so childish. Like, get over yourselves.
I feel like a lot of people say, we need Big Brother 10, we need Big Brother 6 in modern day. Y'all would cancel a lot of these people.
I would not.
Big Brother 10, yes.
Big Brother 6, what?
No.
Not Big Brother 10, not my baby.
Big Brother 10, Jerry. Why would you cancel? Get out of here.
People would hate Jerry. People would probably not like Dan for lying on the cross. People would hate a lot of stuff that they will find something, in my opinion. Okay. But all right. So I mean, we might as well just get into this season. So first and foremost, the twist of this season. So this was a casting twist. This is before they needed to put a bunch of game altering stuff in. The twist this season was the secret partners twist. It didn't stay secret too long, but the idea of it was cool. Like everyone came in with a certain criteria of someone that they knew in real life, and that would be their duo. I'm going to break down the specifics of like who was who, but I mean, do you guys like the idea of this twist? Should I try it again? Like, how do you guys feel?
I enjoyed it, but like every other Big Brother twist, the house guests found out in 5 seconds. So I obviously didn't watch the live feed, so I'd love to know like when they actually figured it out versus what they showed on TV. But either way, I think it's a funny twist because as for the James and Sarahs of the world that are like, no, we don't know each other. We don't know each other. Like, get your life together. If everyone else is a duo, just like go along with it, you idiot.
Right, he just got so used to lying the whole time. He's like, all right, I'm going to this game. You could tell his pregame strategy was, I'm a lie. Like, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do is just lie. And in the moment where, like you said, everybody was figuring this shit out, he was just like, yeah, no, I don't know her. I don't know her. Who the hell?
Oh my God.
Well, first I'll say that twists are engraved in Big Brother. Yeah, people always act like the twists are what ruined the show. We've been having twists since season 4, and season 1 don't count. Matter of fact, yeah. So season 1 don't count. Season 2 is the first official season. Season 3 didn't really have no twist, like a buyback or something. Some weird stuff with that. But season 4. Twist, 5 twists, 6 twists. Like we've been doing that. So it's something about the way Big Brother handles the twists in the future that's very different than how they handled it here. But yeah, the lying is really what makes it work, because you have people who come in thinking, oh, I'm the secret. We're the secret twin twist. It's me and you. Nobody knows that we could divide and conquer the house. But these people just gravitate to each other like people who know each other do. And then you get people trying to push back against it because strategically it makes sense to be like, I don't know these people. But then you have people like James and even Yvette who are like in tears, like, I just can't believe y'all would tell people that I think, I don't know anybody in this house. Like, girl, give it a rest. Give it a rest. We see you. And so
it's embarrassing.
But it's so good. It's such good TV. Hey, everybody just came together and said, okay, we know we're all a part of a duo. That's the new Big Brother. That's what we would have got if this happened last year. Yeah. That's not what we do here anymore. Not Big Brother 6, not in my season of Big Brother.
I don't think they hit it for the purpose that they wanted to hit it for. Like, they wanted it to be more of a strategy thing. You could tell like Julie and the producers were just like pissed off that they was getting it so early. She didn't even want to reveal it. And then they had to drop a little $1 million bomb or whatever. Like, that was such the big deal. Like, nobody's making it to the end. Y'all knew you wasn't giving that $1 million at the end. You knew that. So just stop the cap, right? But I think from Chappell's standpoint, entertainment wise, it hit the mark. But I don't think that's what they meant it for. I think they meant it for strategy.
All right. To Big Brother, right? Yeah. They mean it for something and it comes off something else.
something else.
Right.
So we can just go through initial ideas, opinions on these duos, and then we'll start bringing down the games. So the first duo, let me just get up on the
Trash.
screen.
Oh.
What?
Whole duo?
The first
Which one?
so the first duo is the sorority sisters. It is April and Jennifer. So what's our opinions on April and Jennifer here?
Sure.
Trash.
I disagree. Dang it. Let
I'm
me tell you
joking.
something about this duo right here. First of all, I found this out years later. They're sorority sisters, but they didn't even go to the same school. They don't know each other,
Yeah.
know each other. They just are loosely connected. So,
Wow.
But they
have
live in Texas.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Jennifer went to Baylor, or at least at one point in the show, she's wearing like a Baylor
The Baylor
hoodie or something like
sweatshirt.
that.
Yeah.
But April and Jennifer deliver when it comes to television. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you can love them, you can hate them, but neither one of these people are bad TV. You got April throwing a whole fit about her dog getting eaten, and you got Jennifer doing the most cutthroat betrayal Big Brother had ever seen to that point with the Kaser exit. Everybody in America hated her, and then she got in the jury house but continued to be hated. This woman was like, "Nah, I'm finna just." My team's winning, and I'm a rub it in y'all face. And it didn't matter who was sitting next to her in the jury house. She was gonna rub it in their face that her team was winning. And this wasn't a team competition. You know, like the divide of the house happened naturally, and then they were just willing to ride that baby to off the side of the cliff. This is good casting. They didn't have to know each other. I don't care. You can love them or hate them, but this is what I'm talking about for TV characters.
Yeah, but they weren't a good duo. They were
No.
just funny together,
Yes.
funny separately. Sorry, like
Yeah,
this lady
yeah.
is literally calling America stupid for
Yes.
not picking her. That is my favorite part about April, is that she literally was like, "America's a bunch of dumbasses." I appreciate it. I like that because
Tell
you're
me.
so salty. Like I even tweeted this, but like I pray to God that I have haters like this, you know, that just like
Yes.
go this hard for my success. Like, let it happen for me. Like, when will it be my time?
Listen, my favorite type of people is like April. Like, she's so cracked, and like she doesn't care, and that's my favorite people. Bitter people, they make the best TV. But okay, so we'll talk more about April and Jennifer, more so April. But the next duo is ex-roommates. We have Janelle
Oh my
and
God.
Ashleah. You can already see the chemistry in these photos. Love
Even
the
this
difference from
picture is
everyone else.
horrible.
Oh, that's so terrible.
How do you feel about this dynamic?
Dynamic. You mean solo effort? That's what you mean.
Put the team
you
on
go.
the back.
I mean, on her back.
Literally.
No, actually, it was a non-factor. First one voted out, obviously.
And she quit.
Yeah, Janelle took the stage. She had her moments, and she really kind of set the stage for like that. Because you had Holly that come back on, right, and you got that ditzy blonde and the squeaky voice, and in ways Janelle had that, but she also had some intelligence behind it, and so that's why people started to fall in love with her. Obviously, the wins and stuff that kind of set her apart as well. But she won at the right moment. She flirted at the right moment. She used her look. She used her intelligence. I get it now because this is the first time I've seen Janelle on BB6. I've only seen her beyond BB6, and I didn't get it. I didn't understand it, but I get it. I do get it. And
Oh
yeah,
my
this was a solo
God.
effort. It wasn't nothing dynamic about this duo, though.
I'm crying. I love this. Josh in the chat says, "Iconic in who?" Like I
Aw.
agree.
It's true.
It's true though. Shout out Janelle though. I was actually trying to get her on for something like this. We're gonna link up later today. But like
Oh, the who?
But
You trying to get the who on?
Janelle.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the other
Yeah.
one.
I'm crying. All right.
Why are you dragging her for no reason?
Right.
She is the reason that Janelle got onto the show. She
Okay.
is one half of that reason. Okay,
Okay.
let it be.
Give
Yeah.
her her
Quarter.
things.
Give her a quarter.
All right. So the next duo that we can talk about is the former, what is it called? The former coworkers. This is Yvette and Bo.
Oh, they were coworkers?
Yeah, that was their thing.
That's how Sasha
Oh.
feels about the duo.
I mean, this
Oh, they
was,
were
I
coworkers?
think, the worst duo. Like, as in they were just like useless together. Yvette carried the team, obviously. Carried not even just these two, like friendship. And I just feel like Bo should have been the one that was saved and Yvette should have been evicted. But my faves are always gonna play a bad game. So here I am.
There was like a 12, 13. Sorry, Chappelle. There was like a 12, 13 episode run where I was like, where is Bo? And then all of a sudden I heard somebody yell out, whore. And I was like, oh, there you go.
Polyester hair. Look,
Bo was on a season of Real Housewives, I believe, also. Yeah, or one of the Bravo shows where he's again arguing with another white blonde.
He has a type.
Correct.
So the thing with Bo and Yvette is that they're both in the LGBTQ community, and so that was a big deal. Bo was basically just like Big Brother's answer to Marcellus from a couple seasons before. Like they thought they could reimagine that with Bo, and so I'm sure that's why he got cast. Yvette is the personality of the friendship alliance. She just is there. You don't get a good hate into them without Jennifer and without Yvette. It doesn't happen if it's just Maggie and them like it. But these two women they're the ones who just it makes you root against them so much. And the reason why they get rid of Bo, and I'm sure we'll talk about it over Yvette, that Yvette can't win nothing. Bo had won. Bo was winning challenges. Yvette is just the mouth. She is just over there running her mouth, pissing everybody off, and it was driving them crazy. But they didn't look at her as a threat until it was too late, honestly. And once they started trying to get her out, I mean, she was just everybody's goat and just didn't know it.
All right. And I also do want to say, I think Bo and Janelle are friends now. I remember seeing them going to dinner or something and post on social media. They do not hate each other anymore.
They were friends then too. They just
they were just drunk.
Got really drunk.
Just a little drunk.
I mean, when you get pretty drunk and you have friends around, I think you're a hot mess.
All right. So we're going to go from, so far we have sorority sisters, ex-roommates, former co-workers. Now we have the next one, friends. Okay, so we have friends as a classification. We have Eric and Maggie. So how do we feel about those two?
Y'all can
Look,
go.
they're the same height. Okay, I just had to throw that in.
One size.
What's wrong with short people, Rude?
There's nothing wrong with short people. It was a joke that Michael was going against Eric with, so I had to put it out there. He's the same height.
I mean, look, we're going to talk about Maggie a lot this podcast. Eric, like
Cappy.
Cappy. There you go. Like I think he's such a character. So he's the firefighter. Maggie is like a nurse. They're first responders. Yeah, that's their dynamic. Like, oh, we're friends because of that. Like, I don't know. Like Eric was just like beloved this season, and I'm excited to talk about him. I think he
was not beloved, baby. Because how much percent of the vote did he get?
Beloved and hated. Beloved enough to have shrines of the man the rest of the season in HOH rooms.
What else does the friendship have? He's the reason they were together. Oh my God. If someone was like, Eric's a bad person, and somehow that got back into the house, the friendship would have collapsed because he's the only reason. He was the foundation they were built on. Yeah. It's like, how people come up with like a fake thing to worship and then you start a cult? That was his demise. Like when he left is when they became the friendship.
His leadership was the Kool-Aid, is what you're saying.
What leader? Let me not be rude.
Well, I'm curious, for like the people who watched it live, I'm not sure if you communicated with anybody at the same time as you was watching it, but he was definitely loved in the house by the majority of the house. But how did the fans feel about him? You could tell from the voting in, but that was against Kaiser. So
yeah. So the thing with Eric Cappy is that initially this was the opposition to the Women's Alliance. It was this guy saying, but back then people liked that in reality TV. They're like, oh yeah, okay, let these women run away with it. You know what I'm saying? So it started off and people were like, oh, I think Cappy making some points. But then you start to see, oh, he's aligned with the guys, and we don't really like the guys too much because y'all know fully formed Kaiser, but in the early days, people kind of look at him crazy. There's that moment that he has with Yvette. So there were moments where it was like, he has a very questionable friendship in the house as well. So there are moments where people were like, Eric's making some points. But once he got once they got him out, and the lore of Cappy is just like lives and breathes in that house. Everybody's wearing his clothes. They're crying, having a funeral for the man. They're dedicating their wins to Cappy. You get so tired. I can hear Yvette's voice right now saying Cappy, 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 Cappy. Like, you don't even know this
stop.
man.
Yeah.
And so I mean, he is the face of the most hated French, like the most hated, like what is this alliance in Big Brother to that point. And it's not even close. So no, the fans were not Team Cappy. I don't think there's any vote he could have won to get back in the house.
I will say one thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ty.
No, I was just confirming. You good?
Oh, yeah. I will say the only thing I liked about Cappy or Eric is that he was super against the Iraq war. Like, James was going hard and even specifically said, well, I'd rather them bomb over there than here.
So stupid.
Sure, idiot. But Eric was like, no, what's going on is actually really bad. And this is like a bullshit war. So, I got to give him flowers there. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm an Eric fan now. But then I took it back.
He had good moments. He really did.
Yvette loved the guy so much she said that he was like a father figure. Don't forget that either.
Which is embarrassing for him.
And that is embarrassing for both of them.
Can we go back to the Yvette and Bo picture and just plop him in Bo's place? Because that's
I'm
about him way more than Bo. I swear.
All right. So next spot, we go from friends to best friends. All right. So I don't know the difference. We got Howie and Rachel. What's the vibes here?
Howie is the likable Michael. He's Michael.
Yes,
everybody
you're correct. You're so correct. I agree 100% with you because his boobies, like, like, my guy, give it a rest. Like, what happened? Like, it just, it was too much. But I think that Howie in the house is how I would act if I was scorned. That I would just go like really pissed off and be like, okay, Buster. And yeah, I think I would drag. Like, I'm gonna eat your dog.
Busto.
Like, I everything else I don't agree with, but like him and Janelle's bullying, I really feel like that would be me. Because I'd be like, I have nothing to lose anyway. Let's just go out.
Yeah, Howie is one of, if not like the face of who would have gotten canceled if this thing happened recently.
Correct.
Yeah.
Howie does not know the term PC. He doesn't know. It doesn't touch him. You tell him that's inappropriate, and he's just like, why? Like, he's like a puppy. And it's crazy because people loved Howie, but then looking back, you're like, dear God, what kind of mental space were we in back then to be rooting for somebody to act like this all the time? But Howie's good TV. Obviously iconic. You see him come back for All Stars, but I really liked Rachel watching the season because I remember in the real time thinking like, who's going to win, and I thought Rachel got it. No, why would you hate Rachel? And she also is saying the things that we're thinking at home, like, oh, this friendship alliance is gross, But she's also playing the game still, she's not out here making enemies like Howie and Janelle are doing. She was really kind of just playing a good Big Brother game, And so I thought I had higher hopes for her, and at some point it was like, all right, we see how this is going to go. Not the most exciting TV, but I think she was a fine player.
Yeah, I enjoyed her.
No, I agree. I think Rachel is actually a really good player this season. Not perfect, obviously, but underrated in my opinion with this cast. And then to the Howie comments, I think Howie is just like, I just digested 2 seasons of Howie, and it's just like,
ooh, I know you tired.
You're in
like,
hell.
But he's funny. Like, I don't get like from him taking Mike Boogie's hat and throwing it and calling him a punk in his face.
A perfect
or
moment
like
of television.
Every time Janelle in the last 2 seasons wins an HOH, she's like, wow, yeah, like screaming some obnoxious. I'm like, where do you find this guy? Yeah, like
iconic.
Like, where do you
But
find
I think
this guy?
I'm like that. Like, I'm
Cancel
the
you.
sorest loser, but I am the worst winner of life. Like, you do not want to be around me if I hate you and I win. So that's it to me. I was like, this is normal. Like, I feel like I would act like this. Where I'd be like, in your face, pepperoni, your pizza is cooked. Like, you're done. And I think I'd make jokes. I'm kosher, but I'd break it for your dog.
Yeah.
Like, see, I would make all those jokes. It would be a wrap for these haters.
Yes. Love it.
The last thing, I totally forgotten to rewatch this. He's like missing a finger, and I didn't know how that happened.
April
but
made a joke about
yeah, she did.
did.
Like I was like, oh damn.
The craziest part about this is Howie is 34 at the time of filming. This
and
this,
the
Wow.
weatherman. Like he's on TV.
this is a
Yeah.
grown ass
He's a
man,
grown-ass
like
man.
with a
Yeah.
career, and he is like went on TV and was like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't need no job. Like I'm
And he
good."
called April old. Like make it make sense.
Yeah.
That's wild.
What
think-
a mess.
I think without Janelle's winning habits on the show, Rachel would have been more remembered.
Oh,
Looking
for
back, because she was dominating shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, good run.
That's true.
Okay. So is this the last one? Oh, we got two more. Okay, so the next
Is
one.
this the last one when your name is King Kaser in it?
Listen, okay. So the second to last one is the dating pair. We have what's her name?
What
we
a
got James. and what's
tragic picture.
There you go. Yeah. So we got Sarah and we
Sarah.
got James.
Jeez
How do you
Louise.
feel about these?
What's her
two?
name? Oh shit.
Sarah,
This picture is horrible.
this picture is everything. It is
This
so
sucks.
bad.
I
It
need
looks-
you to recreate this with your
Yes.
future.
You
Yes,
need a
I
tree.
got to.
All they need
This
is
is
a
like
tree.
this is like a Napoleon Dynamite picture. You know, like damn, like turn your head like this a little bit. Like it's
No, it's-
amazing. It is
Look at the
amazing. I
clouded
love this picture.
background.
Yeah, I
That's
love
awesome.
this picture.
No, but
Olin
that's
Mills.
just 2000s.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
James is a menace. I will say that as a fan of James, the player. He is a menace. Also, an incredibly flawed Big Brother player, but a menace nonetheless. This man could probably win a season of Big Brother if he could just get out of his own way.
Yeah.
But he just gets in the house. I think he gets bored and he does things that are just so erratic. He fights with everybody. James does not hold his tongue for anything. He's flipping people off. Like this, y'all, this is a game. This is a popularity contest game. Like the goal is to get people to vote for you in the end. And I don't see any world where James makes it to the end without pissing off everybody.
Never.
This is a veto king. You know, to this point, we had never seen anything like James. He just was. I mean, they pretty much had to backdoor him in order to get him out. And you don't see that a lot in Big Brother. But James and Sarah, the couple works because James is a menace, and poor Sarah is along for the ride.
I think Sarah would have made it farther if she didn't
Of
have
course.
James. Poor
Of
Sarah.
course.
She's so dumb.
I love-
Bless her heart.
Listen, I love players like Janelle and James because it's like everyone hates them. They suck at strategy, but
But
they
you
keep
can't get
winning.
'em out.
You can't get them out. Like,
Yeah. The best
those
type of player.
people.
That's the type of player I would be. Like,
And you
they
know,
wanted
Sarah
me out for
thought-
years.
Yeah, Sarah thought that they would get married too. Like, it's so embarrassing. I was like, you've been dating
Yikes.
3 months. Do not go on Big Brother and act like this is the love of your life. Like, this
It was the love
they
of
must
his
have trauma
life.
bonded because she said like he's my superhero. So it's giving trauma bond, which makes sense. But unfortunately, like it's embarrassing for you, Sarah, because this man was like, just vote her out. Like
Yeah,
I don't need someone holding me back.
From my understanding, James was actually supposed to come on the show with his friend, like a guy friend, and then the guy dropped out like last second, so he needed a replacement. And he got
Oh,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, poor
Sarah.
baby.
J boys.
Yeah.
See, boys with J names, they'll have you in a blender.
All right. And our last duo. Oops, wrong page. Last duo. Yeah, let's see what their name is. The Neighbors. Okay, so we got the Neighbors.
The neighbor.
got-
Oh my god.
This criterias are horrible. All right, but we got Kaser and we got Michael. So how do we
What
feel
is
about this?
Sure. I hate these pictures.
I love
It's
them so
it's
much.
legit. It's literally the only way they could be friends is because they're neighbors. Like they're so opposite of each other. Like it makes zero sense of why they are friends. He's a weirdo. Look at you could tell by the what is this?
Stop
What
it.
is this on the
Stop it.
chin? Like I don't know what type of goatee that
Feels
is.
like a used car salesman.
Yeah, like stop. And the greased hair, I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Well, that was 2000s.
It's
All,
aggressive.
all white boys at my school dressed like this.
Then they were aggressive too.
Yeah, with the poop.
It was
show.
Oklahoma. It was
Correct.
Oklahoma.
Correct. But Kaser doesn't even look like he wants to be in this picture, you know?
No.
Like he's literally like probably the other reaching his hand out to say, pull me out of this.
This is the only male pair of the season. This is also the only pair that had nobody in the jury. This is a flop of a couple of people. However, Kaser is iconic. and we're going to talk about it a lot today. He is one of the faces of Big Brother. He will always be one of the faces of Big Brother, and that's just what it is. Is Kaser a good player? Probably not. But he had the fans in a blender, and I love talking about Kaser. I love watching Kaser on TV. Kaser can do no wrong in my eyes.
Bro,
I mean,
the
he bucked
FBI
up on-
hat, like, come on now.
I mean, walking around looking like the feds, and still got my vote.
Well,
He bucked up on Yvette. I gotta call that out. That was the
listen.
moment.
I've already mentioned not his finest moment, and we gonna talk about it. But at the same time, since then, King Kaser.
Yeah. Clean
All
slate.
right. All right, so that is our duos. I just wanted to just talk about them. And looking at these criteria, I don't really know why they picked these, but it is what it is. Okay, so we might as well start breaking down everything. So we have the first week, obviously. Ashleigh does leave this week. Rachel is a HOH. She also gets the POV. She nominates Ashleigh with Kaser. We're going to see that they had. This is back then when they also still have food challenges. I forgot to bring that up. Shout out to the food challenges. Wish they still did those. But basically,
what is this, a effing challenge? You want them to like yak on the damn TV? Stop it.
Listen. I feel like in some seasons it would break like a dynamic where like people get actually pissed off that they didn't get certain foods. Like Libra in 10, there was a whole portion because she sucked in that and it started a bunch of drama.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Okay.
Yeah. These are different kinds of food challenges. This is like if you win this, you can eat. So that would touch me in my soul. Okay, you'll never see the beast come out of me unless you're talking about food. Then they're like Chappell, when did he start caring about challenges? Like, I'm tired of eating peanut butter. Damn it.
Yeah. So as you said earlier, Eric is actually going to try to make an all guys alliance. He's going to try to make it with James, Kaser, and Michael. And that's kind of going on in the background. Like I said, Rachel does win veto. She actually thinks about using it on Ashleigh and putting up Jennifer. Eventually does not do it. And we're just going to see Ashleigh just kind of out of here, 9-2. We did not get to see her that much. How do you guys feel about Ashleigh as a player in this week in general? Did I miss anything big in your opinion? Let me know.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, it was nothing big to miss.
Yeah.
And it's not like she did something awful. Somebody has to go. It's the first week. You know how it is. So, R.I.P. to Ashleigh. She gave us Janelle, so we'll take that.
Yeah, you did well, baby girl.
And if it wasn't for Jennifer pissing in the the HOH only bathroom, then she might have been here past the first week.
Toxic. And one more thing I did forget that I really did like from Janelle, there was a scene where she's like playing chess against all the guys trying to figure out like who's smart. I thought that was really fun. I don't know if she was accurate, but that was a good TV moment for me personally. But yeah. Okay. So the next week, we're going to have Eric. He wins his HOH. This is the week Michael goes, by the way. Michael and Janelle, they're getting very flirty. Janelle breaks up with her boyfriend on national television for Michael, which I thought was very funny. Choices.
She's young. She's young.
But yeah, Eric is going to put up Janelle and Michael. Before he making the nominations, he he's making a deal with every house guest to not put him up for eviction. Basically, if he doesn't do it, he would give them safety for 1 week. But obviously, he went back on that. He puts up Michael and Janelle. They were basically just kind of seen as a showmance. Everyone was kind of looking at him. James wins his first veto this week as well. He obviously doesn't use it, but this is the early start to the veto king James. But Michael's just gone. I mean, Michael is kind of slimy. Not gonna lie, people just did not rock with his vibe. And, him and Janelle.
Well, the vibe was a predator, but yeah.
Exactly.
Like, just police.
What's our opinions on Michael here?
I mean, it was gross and uncomfortable. Like, whatever at least they showed on TV, like the women are literally saying, "Don't kiss me," and he's still like, a belly button. Like, have you never seen a belly button in your life? Like, is that what you're acting like this? So I will say like an L on Janelle's part as well for like dealing with someone that's, known in the house to make people uncomfortable. So I don't like Michael, but also then like how hard Eric goes against Michael for honestly like trying to be Captain Save like it's very weird. So that made me almost not actually, but be like, well, damn, maybe Michael should stay because I hate Eric. So I hate all of this.
Now I did want to bring
I
up. Oh, go ahead, Ty. Go ahead,
oh,
Ty.
I just only appreciate Michael because I think his argument with Cappy is the jump start of the show. Like everything before that was kind of getting there. When that argument happened, I was like, okay, it's entertaining time. It's time to go. And it just took off from there. So thank you for providing that moment. That's all I got.
Yeah, and Cappy does call out Michael in a way that is very much like to protect the women in the house. And so I like that's what I said, as a fan, you're at home kind of like, well, I mean, they said they're uncomfortable. Somebody got to speak up. I ain't mad at this. But then you start to see how high and mighty and sanctimonious they get about it. And you're like, oh, like I get that you protect women rights and wrongs, but damn, like calm down. Just like protect, but there's a limit. Like it's like you at home thinking, okay, well, we called him out. Reprimand them, give them a couple votes or something toward them, but chill out. Y'all ain't God's gift to Big Brother. And
you were against the women for how, like, up until this point, you were like, the women are together. Oh my God, we got to vote them out. And now all of a sudden it's changed. Make up your mind, dude.
Yeah, and his partner's a woman. Like, it just didn't make any sense. And Howie's doing the same shit. Like,
yeah, and Howie's doing the exact same thing. But, it was one of those things where it's just like they had to find somebody to villainize, and they do it so well in this season.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
And there's a lot of the groundwork for the season actually kind of happens this week as well. Like we said, Eric fighting because Michael talks about his family and all this other stuff. It gets big because you're going to see Eric's people kind of just like sit in one side, and then people who, I mean, really Janelle, but like people who are rocking with Michael and Janelle, they kind of start rocking another side. Obviously, Kaser is going to want to get revenge for this. But this is kind of starting the big portion, the early games to the two big alliances that starts in the next week. I do think it's interesting because this is my favorite dynamic of Big Brother, when there's just two distinct sides going at each other. We kind of see this in 20. We kind of see this in Big Brother Canada, actually in Big Brother Canada 9. I love back and forth seasons. I love it when there's just like two sides, like we hate this side, we're going to go against them.
Yeah.
And then there's James as well. He's kind of just sitting there. He's kind of just playing middleman. And, Kaser actually takes note of that. And I think the other big Eric side also takes note of that. They don't really rock with that. And that's going to kind of follow him in his reputation for not only this season, but Big Brother All-Stars as well. So, yeah. But, okay. So next week is kind of when they're drawing the line in the sand, because this is when Eric leaves. Kaser, right after he losing his partner, wins HOH, and he's immediately he's ready to like make some stuff happen. We're going to see, obviously he's going to get his revenge. He's going to put up James and he's going to put up Maggie. Right now he wants revenge on Eric, but he's going to put up his partner. And then James, like I said, being a little flaky, did not rock with that. So he's going to put up James. When he's doing that, we're going to see two alliances really form this week. We're going to see the Friendship Alliance, which is basically, it's not really friendship. That's kind of like a hidden word. It's really the Cult of Cappy. We'll get to that later. But we see the Friendship Alliance form, which is like Eric. Let me see the specific view. It was like Eric, Yvette, Maggie, April, Bo, Jennifer, yeah. And then we're going to see the Sovereign Six side, which is more so like Janelle, Howie, Kaser, Rachel,
James, and Sarah.
Thank you. So those are the two distinct sides. Each side hates each other. Unfortunately, James is in this alliance, but he's not really like loyal to it. He's kind of just doing his own thing, and people are going to take note of that. But James wins his second veto in a row, takes himself off the block, and obviously Kaser wants revenge on Eric, so he's going to put Eric up. Maggie's kind of pissed off. She's like, you lied to me. Like, why would you do this to me? You sealed my fate. Kaser's like, no, your partner sealed your fate.
Oh,
it's such
so
an
good.
iconic moment.
So good.
But
yeah, no, I sealed your partner's fate. See, let me break it down for you. They have this conversation, and Cappy had already did his wheeling and dealing. He's like, hey, if you win HOH next week, don't put me up. Cool, bet. I'm Kaser, the noble King Kaser. I'm not gonna put you up. But when they get to the veto competition, and it's that night moves competition that I love so much, it's literally 2 versus 4. You know, that there is no reason why Yvette and Maggie would stand a chance in this. And okay. Yvette could go anywhere on the board, and she puts herself in the corner on her first move,
Exactly.
and then they all just merge on her, like this mob of people. Like, okay, she gets 2 moves in this game where you can move like an L. There's plenty of space. She gets 2 moves. Then they turn on Maggie. She gets 3 moves. They completely just sandbag them, destroy them, decimate them, and that's why Maggie's like, "You sealed my fate," because it does feel like they jumped them, and it wasn't even about her. He was gonna get Cappy anyway. I love it. Best seat, iconic television. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So obviously we're going to see the eviction happen, and Eric's gone. But Eric, unfortunately, like his presence is just like felt for the rest of the season. Got people crying. I think we talked about earlier. They kind of throw a funeral for the dude.
Like, get over
Jesus.
yourselves. You know what I mean? Like, what is the reason that this man that wanted all the women out has the women making a shrine for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was their savior. You know, the big bad Michael came out, and so somebody needs to step up, and it was him. You know, it's crazy too because these people have these strong alliances and these strong feelings towards each other. But if you really pay attention, they shift a lot. The first week, Janelle's like, "I'm gonna make Ashleah. I'm gonna make these people pay. The ones who got you out." It's like, well, it was Rachel who got her out, right? And so it's like, okay, sure. And then like 2 weeks later, it's like, "I'll die for Rachel. We're going down."
Well, that's
with this
because
ship.
Kaser like got everyone together and was like, "Excuse me, don't be stupid, all of you."
All Kaser's superpower is rallying the troops. He knows how to get people behind his cause. Like, again, is he a good player? Questions to be asked at this point. But if you need somebody to captain your ship, that's the guy.
Not Eric.
And I definitely think he set the stage for how people respond to their partner getting voted out. Because everybody in the game, almost, soon as their partner got voted out, they won some shit. And won something, and then got that payback or whatever the case may be. And he was like the first to do it. So yeah, the rallying of troops, that superpower of like, I am emotional with my partner getting voted out, so I need to make something happen, make something shake.
And you know, I respect. I think Kaser has like a good idea of what to do, but I think his execution is so bad because I feel like one, he doesn't really work with like the best people. Like I think like usually he has kind of like a lot of duds. Other than like people who can win competitions like strategically, he doesn't work with the best people ever. And then the other part is
the other side isn't that strategic. Like Maggie is, I feel like the only strategic. Like Yvette, maybe I don't know. I think if it has so many emotions, so I don't know. But Maggie maybe. But yeah, I agree that I think Kaser himself also doesn't have the best, interestingly enough, people skills, because the way he taught, he's like, "You're gonna do this." No, that's not how we talk to opposing people. Stop this.
Yeah. And I agree with the guy in the chat, Jane, about I don't think he knows how to manage his threat level. Like he goes out of 10 and doesn't go down. Both this season and in All Stars 1. I don't remember 2
so
much.
He's
I don't
so
think
intense.
he did. He's really bad at making deals. Like I think he makes some of the worst deals in Big Brother, like saving Chilltown, and then this season, which we'll get to, probably one of the worst deals ever. You know.
They're worse this season, but you know, Kaser's thing is like he likes to fight. He likes to get my team versus your team, and that is not how you win Big Brother all the time. Because somebody has to lose, and if your team is going against that team, and you're a Kaser, you're the face of that team.
Yep.
And he's fine in challenges, but he's not. When you're going up against Janelle and James that are like all-time competitors, you're not going to win enough to get that bump you need, right?
Exactly.
So in All Stars 2, he tries to do the same thing with Cody. He's like, Cody's team versus my team. Kaser, your team has 3 people. That's not a team. That's not how you win Big Brother. But he only knows one way to do this, and it's to get his people together and fight. And it just doesn't work out for him.
There you go. So real quick, the vote count was actually 5-4. Maggie was 1 vote away from leaving, which is kind of wild. But yeah, Eric does leave here, and he left, but did he really leave? No. So we go into the next week. So this is Kaser's week. You know, this is a great back and forth. Maggie wins HOH, officially makes the friendship. But she's pissed. She's has the same mentality as Kaser of the last week. She wants to go after people who she feels betrayed by or responsible for Eric's vote. Obviously, Kaser's 100% going on the block. He was responsible, and this is the second time James is getting nominated because people feel like he's too flip-floppy. He's very wishy-washy, and James, for some reason, is very shocked that people keep putting him up. He doesn't understand why. He's like, this is how the game should be played. Yeah, that's how the game should be played, but like, you got to finesse people still. You got to make them feel comfortable, and he just has a horrible job, like, hiding that he's being fake to people. Like, he hugs everybody. He's always trying to be nice to everyone. He's always trying to comfort people when they're sad. And, people don't like that. They want you to draw a line in the sand. And that's going to follow him for like the rest of the game. But Maggie nominates those two. Instead of James winning, his girlfriend wins it. So Sarah wins veto. She's going to veto her boyfriend off the block, obviously. And it's kind of messy because Maggie has to nominate another person, and she's going to nominate Janelle because obviously she's close friends with Kaser. Ever since both of them lost their duos, they kind of been having a bonding friendship. So they're going to be on the block together, and they're going to get Kaser out of here. Obviously, this isn't the last we see of Kaser, but this is officially the first time we see Kaser eliminated this season. How do you feel about? Well, we can say the King Kaser stuff for later. But, how do we feel about this week?
I mean, what a sad week because we had Janelle versus Kaser, and we had to pick who's gonna go home. Impossible. And I wouldn't have minded Sarah, going home here, like her be sacrificed of the crew. But I guess they just can't throw balls at a TV long enough because, like, I can't believe what a stupid veto to lose on. But I'll be fine. I don't know. This is where I get mad at my faves because I don't think they see the full chessboard and they can't like understand their positioning and that they're actually in the shithole, but they can't get it together that they suck. So whatever.
I will say also, because I forgot, I'm going to give Maggie a little credit here because we find out that Maggie and James, even though she nominated him, James is trying to look out for himself, does not care about the sovereign. He's going to swear on a Bible to Maggie that if he wins HOH the next week, he's going to put up Howie and Rachel. That's obviously going to pay dividends the week after. But James is desperate. I mean, this is only like week 4? Yeah, and he's like swearing on the Bible already.
That was another stupidity, right? Like, James, just like hold on until jury, to get like so shisty for no reason. Like, I don't understand why when you have a good thing going to just kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna ride the middle really hard. This isn't the game for it because the friendship has no room for you, and the Sovereign Six actually made room and like is trying to work with you. So instead, you're just gonna be a snake for what? It's almost like he was wanting that clout of being the snake and being in the middle, and it flopped in his face.
Yeah. What are you going to do about him? But okay. So the next week, and I will say Big Brother 6 is very top heavy because I think like a lot of the fodder goes out early and then it gets really interesting after.
Fodder? Kaser is not
fodder,
fodder.
You mean the Sovereign
He comes back. Oh, yes.
he comes back and goes back. Like, please, he does not come back.
Look,
I think
when he comes back and it goes out again, that's when things really get spicy now. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get to that in a second. Howie wins HOH. This is the only competition I think Howie's like ever won.
I hate Howie. Like, is Howie worse than Faute? I don't know. But like, I will fight them. Like Fessy versus Howie.
Yeah.
Like, they're both geniuses at this point.
You're right.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, exactly. Because when I was watching this, I was like, did Fessy watch this? And was like, Howie, a genius. I should copy paste that.
Howie could have easily helped like start a steamroll for the Sovereign this week. Went to his HOH. But Maggie.
Idiot fools. God, I'm sorry. I'm just so angry.
Here's a question: is this a good move? Is this more credit to Maggie for like finessing Howie, or is Howie just dumb? Because
Rachel is dumb because Rachel fell for it. We know Howie is dumber than a bag of bricks, but Rachel, what are you doing, man? Because the women of this season are so smart, and they got finessed. I agree, by Maggie, but
Yeah.
that's not how he's stupid. Like Rachel got finessed.
I mean, okay, so if you found out that someone swore on the Bible to nominate you the next week and they never told you, would you react? Like, would you try to get them out, or are you still going to go after the opposite side?
I mean, I personally would go for the opposite side just because
Okay.
I've watched the show enough times that I know that I need like the middle. I can at least somehow, I would say for this vote with me and then let's see what happens once jury shows up. But until
Yeah.
then, I know these people are going against me. This guy maybe is playing both sides, so when I can use him when I want. So like level-headed says this, but I don't know because I'm petty too. So maybe I end up just like my faves. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's kind of like the devil you know versus the devil you don't type of situation. I think you can't say there's one simple approach to it. You got to kind of play it by ear. I think in this situation with James, I think I'm keeping him on tap. I'm not worried too much about James from that standpoint. I'm worried more about the people that are absolutely 100, 1000% against me and will not sway their minds or their thoughts or anything that I need them to do. So,
Yeah. Their alliance had 6 people in it. And then they started targeting each other. It's like, sir, you are going up against a whole other team, but you have to.
They're
You have
so
to.
dumb.
Yeah.
Right. Like, even if you're not going to be completely aligned with James, you don't waste your HOH on him.
right.
Because one, he's probably going to win the veto anyway. And then if he doesn't win the veto, it's still fine because you could have gotten somebody else out who definitely would have voted you out. And James is one of the people where, depending on where the power was, he might not have voted you out that week. And you just never know. And so this is one of the biggest like mistakes that that happens in Big Brother. I think the Fessy call out is a great call out, Sasha, because it's right on par with that, where you're looking at your ally and saying, yeah, I'll get rid of you because I can't trust you, when there's a room full of people who are like dying to vote you out. It's just so stupid.
And
Yeah.
Howie was like, oh my God, April, I'll never waste a HOH on you or Bo because you're both useless. Well, guess what? You did waste it on Sarah. So this is where I feel like April took an L because she should have been like, okay, you don't want to waste it on me, but you wasted it on Sarah. Good on you, Boo. And then you got your whole thing, your whole alliance voted out because of it. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is trash. Fessy's worse.
And-
I just thought about it though.
Fessy's 100% worse.
Because it was because he thought homeboy was flirting with his girlfriend. Like,
I
come
don't
on,
Yeah.
care. What's the reason? You're so
Relax your
stupid.
mind.
Both of you are stupid. All of you
Yeah.
are dumb.
That's facts.
Yeah. Rachel was supposed to see through this. She was
Yeah,
really
that's
supposed
why
to
I'm
stop them.
sad.
Yeah.
Not to put emotional labor on women, but like the men were stupid. So listen, there's a reason the final 4 were all women.
And she was the
Right.
level-headed person in that
Exactly.
partnership. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's even worse, I think James said that he was lying too. But I mean, okay. I mean, I don't. You can say that after the fact, but like,
No,
wouldn't you tell
we
someone
knew.
that? I don't know.
We knew back then that he was lying.
Yeah.
He definitely did not believe. Like first of all, James
He was
wasn't going to
full
win
of it.
HOH. Let's be
No.
very clear. He was smart enough to
Exactly.
not try to get blood on his hands. That's why he was playing the middle. So that lie didn't matter because he was never going to have the opportunity to put you up because he wasn't going to win. These people, they just didn't see. James Ryan was before his time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, James is a cockroach because he wins another veto. You can't think this is the 3rd veto win. He takes himself off. Yvette gets nominated, of course, because Howard's like, all right, well, one of you guys got to go up. It doesn't matter. Sarah's gone. This is definitely a shot at James, and James is pissed. I don't think he has loyalty towards anybody for the rest of the season.
Did he have loyalty towards Sarah? Sorry, police.
My mouth was wide open. Sasha.
I mean, he literally was like, "She's gotta go." Like he said that.
He left. A little tear.
God.
I mean, I think I could muster up a fake tear too.
Yeah.
Lastly, so we're going to lose Sarah, but apparently there's a twist left on the house. We're going to get a returning player. Watching back, I didn't remember this, but apparently Ashleigh was going to be an option, but she just decided to go home instead and not come back in. So
Yeah, she
it was
left the sequester. She left
She left
sequester.
the
She
Thank
left.
you.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
Yeah.
the thing we should celebrate her for. Thank you.
She wasn't getting back in
wouldn't
either.
have-
She was getting back
Exactly.
in, yeah.
Ty, please. You don't got to tap dance on this woman's grave.
I'm
Kayser was
tired.
getting in 100% of the time.
So there's really two moments that the friendship's starting to figure out that like America hates them, and this is the first version. The first version is obviously this, where it's a vote between Eric and Kayser. Obviously Michael's never going to get back in, but Kayser, outstandingly, 82% of the fan vote to get back in the house, and the friendship are like, wow, I thought Eric would get back in. Obviously the other portion of this would be when Janelle keeps getting prize after prize after prize, but there you go. So Kayser's back in the house. Everyone's very excited.
Can
So
we
we're gonna
just
go.
can we
go
just talk about this though for a second? Like a Muslim man
Mm.
that is from Iran at the time in 2005 when all of this stuff is happening, where he's praying 5 times a day. They're showing him praying. He is brown skin,
Mhm.
is going against Eric, a firefighter from New York, right, or whatever, from the East Coast. And he wins 82% of the vote. I just feel like this would never happen again. And I don't know, what happened in the multiverse at this moment for this to come out. But it's just, I just feel like I have to say, with how frustrated I am with Big Brother now, I think this is another reason. Because now, if it was Kaiser versus Eric, I feel like Eric's coming back in just because of the damn Facebook people.
Yeah, it's important that you point that out too, because it's like you question why someone like Kaiser plays so many times when the man cannot make the jury to save his life. I mean, he gets voted out twice in this season alone. He had more vote outs than most people by the time he
Yeah.
played in All Stars just to go get voted out before jury again. So it's like, what is it about Kaiser, this lightning in the bottle, where this man can get on TV and be everything that America was not accepting of at the time, and still in a lot of ways isn't accepting of now, and just win over the hearts and minds of so many people, especially a toxic fan base like Big Brother. And I'd say back then it wasn't that bad, the fan base.
Yeah.
Now it's insane. But you had somebody who, for the first time, people could see people praying on TV like that, and it was so like humanizing in comparison to some of the media that you were seeing in 2005 about brown people, and even the conversations we had in the house. I mean, you talked about with James saying like, I wish at least they're not bombing over here. In case they're taking the time to educate him, whereas like I probably would have just cussed him out. And but that educating him moment was the moment that America needed. America needed to hear his side, and it made so much sense coming from him specifically. So if he got to have another superpower, it's definitely that. Kaiser is he's an all-time character in any reality show, honestly.
One thing I always give him credit, I think that he's unapologetically himself, and he never changes on TV, and I think that's very compelling and awesome, and that's why people like Kaiser. I think he's fun.
Yeah, and I think for brown men, they just like don't get that chance. I feel like for Asian men to just show up in this way and be seen as like powerful and strong and Muslim, right? All of that. I don't know. We don't see a character like this, because I'm even thinking of Survivor, right? Like Omar was the closest we got to that, and even then people would try to punk him a little, but like I feel like no one was like punking Kaiser, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, such a boss.
So he comes back in. So they bring back, in my opinion, one of the best challenges they've ever done that I'm shocked they haven't brought back, which is pressure cooker. Everyone's fingers are on a button, and then when you let go, you got to open up a box. Sometimes there's like a prize in there. Like at the time it was high, a Netflix subscription and a TV, which was hilarious. And then the other ones would be like rotten fish, and then there'll be
flies,
drinks, there'll be flies. Yeah, like why haven't they brought this back? Like I've never understood why they haven't done that.
Oh, I'll tell you why. Because this challenge lasted like 17 hours. And the way Big Brother works these days, the live feeds would have gone down 18 times.
Exactly.
And then Julie's like, we got to have an elimination right now in the box. I'm sorry. Like the schedule, Big Brother is so like tied to that now, where it's like, we got to have an episode now. We got to have this now. We got to have this now. To where they would never let them stay out there that long.
Yeah.
They really wouldn't. It's just for TV, honestly.
Just watch Mr. Beast videos now. Same thing.
Yeah, same exact thing.
I mean, I was watching it. I was like, this is Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
I love this so much. I love this so much because you have the awards in there that people are winning versus like the punishments. But then when Bo gets the alcohol, it just like the challenge just becomes this thing bigger than that. Like it becomes a moment because if you think flies and rotten fish are annoying, no, nothing is more annoying than being sober around somebody who was sloppy drunk and they were trapped in a box with him. It was so good.
I think I would have like let go of the
I would have
button.
got out of there. I had to
Yeah,
go.
I just think it would have been all bad. And I am mostly the sober person about drunks, but he was like on another level. Like just
Yeah.
horrible.
Bro, I think the flies would have did it for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Wasn't
I
that the
would have.
first punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said like I'm gone.
No, you
Yeah.
can't. Flies are nothing. Whatever. The rotten fish would have
No.
gotten me, because I have this like very strong sense of smell. But
Mm.
even then, my competitive side. But with Bo, and I think if Bo got close to me, I think I would have tried to like kick him or something, and then like look, like my hand would have slipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was this challenge is everything. This challenge brings on the reason why people love and hate this season so much. Like why you
Yes.
feel so strongly about this season. Because pretty much up to now, it's been pretty above board. You know, I think the only
Mhm.
person who really betrayed somebody is Kaser. He kind of went back on his promise with Eric or whatever. And
Yeah.
then everybody else is kind of like we're targeting each other and it's very open. But when Jennifer and like as I've talked about, I got a good hate into this woman in this moment. When Jennifer lies to Kaser, strategically, she did exactly what she needs to do.
Correct.
She did exactly what she was supposed to do, and this woman did not deserve the hate that she got. But when I tell you I hated this woman, why would you do this to my king? He just came back in. You're not allowed to play Big Brother against him. You're supposed to lose to Kaser because that's what we want. We just voted him in. What are you doing? She gives him the most BS lie. She doesn't even look like she's telling the truth. She's in there
I
giving
know.
crocodile tears. She's winking at the camera.
No, and her back is turned towards
Yes.
him. When someone, it's like lying 101. Oh,
She-
I was so
she's-
mad at Casey.
Obviously lying to him. It is so bad because you watch it in slow motion like Kaser, please just don't do this. And to that point, you really don't have a strong opinion about Jennifer. And then from there, it's just like I've never hated somebody like I hated her. And I think that's so unfair looking back. I just think that if it was Kaser, if it was the other way around, whatever. Bye, Jennifer. But because it was Kaser, it's the hardest thing to watch. The pressure cooker it broke me. It really did.
Jennifer was like invisible to me. Like I didn't really like think of her until this. I was like, where the hell did this girl come from? Like I was really mad, but I was like, look, I can respect it. Real quick, I think this challenge and the final 3 challenge and Big Brother 8, they should try at least one of those again. Both are pressure cooker. You just like put like it's not hard. It doesn't cost money. You put your finger, you're holding rope. Like you're doing one or the other. I don't know why they want to do that. Like it's so fun. Please bring it back.
Because they don't like good TV. They hate us.
Don't like good TV.
Just
They
make
do
that
not
known.
like
Yeah.
good TV.
Understand this.
Like I'd rather have that than watch them eat cake for like
or
30
ride
minutes.
a fucking banana.
Right.
Okay,
No.
like, come on now.
Gone are the days of standing still for 18 hours. And the wall competition used to be 2 days long. You know, like that.
Yeah.
That's my Big Brother. These like newfangled, challenges. You kids and cooked up. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Bring me back my pressure cooker. And and the feeling of betrayal that you feel in this moment, because at the moment it happens, Kaser's going right back out the door. If you didn't, you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, and you just want to like throw up, because I've never wanted to just like throw up and punch the screen at the same time, because literally you're like, she's doing the right thing, but how dare she? Because here is the thing. I am all for like my faves just like winning it all. Like I don't care 2 shits about an underdog story. I think underdogs are boring, but my problem is that my faves end up being underdogs by their own volition. And that is why I always have to root for the stupid underdog. But in reality, my faves should just like plow their way through. But instead, here's the thing, right? Like, I think Kaser was like, let me try to be nice. And, I just got back in the house. Let me give them a leash so that we can, try to be friends. You're stupid. Like the friendship was not breaking. Like that was what made them so strong, is like no one was faltering. They were all like little soldiers in line, and a Sovereign 6 were very much individuals that came together. So I see what Kaser was trying to do. I just feel like he should have said, Jennifer, I just got voted out. I won't vote. I won't put you up, because who is she? Useless. Get out of here.
Right.
So I wouldn't put you up. But I won't put you up. I think I'm gonna not think lie. Say I'm gonna put up James. That's my target, and I'll figure it out from there. But like, I just got back in the house. I can't embarrass myself. Be honest. Be vulnerable, and say that. And then maybe, and if she doesn't drop, fine. But I don't know. I just don't know how you gamble with your life when you just got voted back in. That was my
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, and the leverage they have is James. It's something about James Ryan and him playing both sides of the house that made him more hated than
Yeah.
the actual enemies, right? It's like I respect the enemy that I know is standing across from me, looking at me 10 toes down and saying I don't like you and I want to vote you
Correct.
out. What I don't respect is you sitting next to me while I say that, and then the next moment I see you over there laid up with Yvette chilling. That's why all you had to do was say, okay, but we'll get James. And people are like, okay, that's fine. It's like, no, that's not fine. You don't have any allies on the other side. Are you going to work with Jennifer and April Kaser? No. So why do you care about Jennifer's deal? It doesn't make any sense. And Kaser did this to himself.
And you just got voted back in. Like, that's what I don't understand. That's why I think I'm the most pissed, because it's not like he wasn't on borrowed time.
Mm-hmm.
At least make the jury. That's, I think, what really bothers me is like, if it was a sure thing, I can't let go. I just can't if I made it this far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we see that crazy finesse, and Jennifer is our HOH. Now, up until now, I think the house, there was like the one fight with Michael and Eric, okay, but like up until now, people haven't really been talking shit to each other to their faces. They just kind of been like talking shit behind their backs,
Yeah.
And I think this week kind of changes that, because so she puts up Rachel and Janelle. She tells all that alliance, like, look, we're still going to backdoor James. This is just for the veto. And, it should go to plan. Rachel wins veto. Good for her. And this is when it gets sticky. Jennifer goes back on her word and puts up Kaser. And all hell breaks loose at this point. Janelle and Howie are tired of it. Everyone's pissed off at this point. You see Howie basically saying we need to do psychological warfare. He's harassing April all week, calling her
good.
Busto, calling her hubby fat, and has said her dog's ugly, pepperoni, and all that. We're going to see Janelle get drunk as shit, and basically, what is she saying? She's saying that
Bo sleeps with married men. You
Yeah.
out
to
here?
marry men.
Yeah, you
saying
out
that
here slutting it up.
April is a dumb bitch. She's saying a lot of stuff. So it's cracked this week as hell, and they're not doing any favors for Keisha at this point, because obviously one of them got to go. But honestly, Janelle should have left here. But they said Keisha
No,
home.
Janelle's a better like competition, so they did them a favor by voting out
but-
Kaser.
Yeah, not voting out Janelle is a bad move. However, Kaser has the same energy that Cappy has. There's the ability to have people making a shrine for you. And that's why it's so contentious, because you got Kaser out the house. We voted him back in, and now you've betrayed him. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we got to get him out, because y'all will rally behind him at every point. You will never flip on a Kaser alliance. You might flip on the Janelle alliance.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, this was, I think, my favorite episodes to watch, where I just couldn't stop laughing at how they were like, well, we're already screwed, we're stupid, so let's just like dig all the way in. Where is this from our players? Why don't they do this anymore?
Because they'll get canceled, Sasha. They can't do
Well,
that
you
anymore.
can yell at people without
getting
saying
canceled.
No, we see it on
please.
Canada all the time. Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
What did
Well, we
Victoria
did.
say? You didn't sign up for, or you signed up
You
for Big
signed
Brother?
up for this.
Yeah. Which she wasn't wrong.
No,
That's
you know
what I'm saying. It's just all these like clout chasing people that they cast now. No way, everyone wants to be influencers. So you're not gonna do that, but we're the real players.
And it's sick, because this season is half recruits. So it's like, that's not the problem. It's just like, cast fun people. Stop trying to cast just people here for, showing stuff off, or like people who don't really want to be here. Like, I don't know. It feels like they're casting people for their looks instead of like people who want to make good TV.
100%. 100%.
But yeah, we're going to basically see they send Kaser out the door again, rotating door, and he's out of here. So it's going to get crazy, because we have a double the next week. So Janelle in iconic fashion wins HOH. Hal was like, yeah, go Janelle, yeah. And Janelle's like, give me my key, bitch.
Give me the key, bitch.
And Rachel no, what she said? No, she said Jennifer threw it on the floor like a dog. Like, I love it. That is horrible. But when she like, now go pick it up like a dog. I was like, yeah, we got action here. Fight.
It was so all of it. Like, I wasn't mad at anyone. I was like, yeah, throw the key, and that you were correct.
Right. Give me that key, bitch. Okay, go get it then. You know, like, let's go. We fight.
So good. So
I could have just thrived in this house right now, like just in a mess. Just like, just bury me in it.
Now this episode is a Janelle show. She's going to do her nominations. She's going to put up Maggie and Yvette.
Jennifer?
No, Maggie and Jennifer. I don't know why she would put up Maggie, and then when she does it, she says "bye bye bitches" and Howie cares y'all. I'm like, who are these people, bro?
This is what I want. Like, this is what I mean when I say I'm a petty winner.
Yeah, and then the bye bye bitches. April's like, oh my god, she called us bitches. Like, April,
yes.
grow up. We fighting. This is a fight now. Dang, I wish I could have just went in the house and coached them up. Like, hey. Y'all, we at battle. This is war. Like, you know, I don't care what if she want that key, you throw it at her. I don't care. Like, this was the moment.
Like, do it again. Get him back. And
yeah.
don't let him punk you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just to let you know, like, April is no saint. Like, she was calling Janelle slut the week before. She was talking about Howie missing a finger. Like, you guys, you're not any saint. Like, come on. Like, these are all mean people.
No,
bro.
and Howie in confessional, she's talking about me that I'm missing a finger. Like, Howie, shut up. You said you're gonna eat her dog.
Yeah, between that and James Ryan being like, I was harmed. Like, those are our two favorite confessionals about a finger. Because he's like, look, they hurt me. They hurt. I was harmed. I swear. Like, okay, get over it.
I'm telling you, but this is. I don't know. I just want people that win to win like this, and then for the losers to just be so hypocritical that I hate them even more.
You know what? Maybe it's not. Maybe we got it all wrong. Maybe they should just be casting immature people. Like, maybe that's just a problem. And if we get more immature people, then we'll get more messy TV. Like, because OTT, I feel like it gave very 6 vibes. If you watch that too, like they're all fighting, being messy. Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, I feel like I'm mature, but then like if it's fighting.
If it's
like, where's the Rachel Rileys, bro? Like, give me more.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you have to be immature. You just have to be like ready to pop off if shit goes down.
Got it. Yeah. That's why Big Brother 10 works, because those people were mature as they wanted to be. My girl Libra, that is a mature person. Comma, but if you want to smoke, let's go there.
Exactly.
Magna, goddamn, soon cool latte, goddamn. I was like, yes, tell them. With honors, with low honors, like that.
With low honors, like these. That's what I mean. Like, I want when I want them to fight, I want them to be stupid.
Yeah,
even like, small E and Terry with, like even Ian bucked up to Frank too. I'm just thinking about that. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
When he started getting in his face, shut up, Ian.
So mad. Yes, Ian. Nah, because you gotta pop off. That's why we love these people.
Because security will step in. Like, you're fine. That's why I think I would fight, because I know that they can't touch me.
And then worst case scenario, if you hit me, goodbye. I'm still gonna be here.
Even better.
The game. Yeah. Like
that's like Josh, right? Yeah. When he was like, I'm not gonna get any sleep today, so you're not gonna get any.
It's like, and then won the game. Go for it. Whatever.
I respect petty, and I want petty fights. We all do. That's the thing. Except your Facebook people. You know what? Don't show it on the episode. How about
Give it to us on the feeds, and all of us feeds people will just eat it up.
Exactly.
Or the digital dailies. Let me stop. Anyway, so
we don't keep that stuff in Canada. This is America.
So Janelle continued her petty streak. This is all in like 30 minutes. Wins Veto. She didn't need to put Maggie up, but she takes Maggie down, puts Jennifer up, and then they get Jennifer out of here. Like, there's no contest whatsoever. And this was definitely a Janelle episode. And this is why she was like so iconic. I'm just going to be honest, but there you go. All right. So,
I mean, I liked it, and I'm pissed at Big Brother that they did this to Howie again. And they did to Janelle to give him a 1 day HOH.
We needed a
Yeah.
week of Janelle
You're
just being a
disgusting.
menace.
Yeah.
You know, we needed a week of her just like these people just being so angry at her because the way they hate Janelle, it is so
They
delicious.
would have imploded. I'm telling you, we would have gotten so much stuff out of this. And I bet you, I feel like the friendship would have imploded.
Yeah.
Just out of their hate for Janelle, not because of anything else.
Their hate for Janelle was part of it. Was another. It was like the next cast member. Like it was just looming in the house. She couldn't, and it's not like she didn't know, and it's not like it was like like in the most recent season where they were hating on Taylor, and it was like, oh, she's defenseless. She's not like, why are y'all all ganging up on her? With the Janelle hate was like, yeah, hate me. And
She
you
don't
can't beat me.
care.
You can't.
That's
beat
what
me.
I'm saying. Because she's like, I'm gonna take that all the way to the bank because I'm winning everything. You stupid idiots! Like, oh my god, like kiss my ass. Oh, it was so good.
She did that in All Stars too, where Nicole tried to put her up, and then she was like talking shit to her. Like she does not care.
But that's how you
Yeah.
should be. That's the energy you should have. If you have nothing to lose, which they don't. I'm sorry. Sovereign 6 hot mess flopped. So what are you going to do? You should then just like drag them through hell, make their life miserable. Because guess what? America might give you something for it.
Janelle is the petty, and then Howie's the obnoxious, and it makes a great combo.
Ew, it's perfection. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, Janelle as a character is great because you hadn't seen a reality TV character like Janelle to that point, who was like blonde, but like so she's kind of like a little
Regina
prissy.
George.
But yeah, but then at the same time she can go. Like Janelle can fight with you. She can win the competitions. So like she was like a different archetype of player, and you don't get a lot of Janelles in Big Brother history or in most reality shows.
Yeah.
So. This is like peak Janelle. Matter of fact, this is the highest point of Janelle's entire Big Brother career. Everything after this is just diminishing, but this is like the highest part.
Yeah,
and she almost went all the way. Ugh.
Twice.
True.
Yeah. So I will say, oh God, oh yeah. That leading into this, she just did not give a fuck. Obviously, Jennifer's out of here, and then this is the second half of the week. Now, this is when doubles weren't the same night, so like they get like another day. I think back then, double evictions meant back-to-back days of double. I don't know, but Bo is HOH. He wins his first HOH, and he has like a slumber party in his room where they all stay in the HOH room. Like this is strictly a cult. I'm just being honest with you. But they're all staying in the HOH room.
Well, and they're mad and scared of the people downstairs.
Yeah. And they have a shrine of Eric in the room. Like it's so bad. They're all wearing a piece of Eric's clothes.
You know what I would have done? I think I would have like taken Eric's clothes and like put like hit him, not like destroyed them because that's rude, but
yeah,
I would have hit him, or I would have just taken the picture because that's easier to hide, and I would have put it behind the safe.
You're messy, but
I probably would have wore the clothes. Like I would have been like stolen valor, just like
you would have hit him.
Yeah, I would have took like I would have wore the hat.
Yes, when he takes the hat off.
Yeah, the moment because Yvette is wearing the hat in a couple confessionals. I think Maggie is, but just somebody who's just on the opposition wearing the hat randomly in the confessional, it would just been perfect. I would have done it. I would have done it so many times.
Like when Zach wears Victoria's pink hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't need more Zach content.
No, but I'm just saying.
I'll take more Zach content. I don't care what y'all say.
Anyway. Always wrong.
Not you just being horrible.
So
this is why we couldn't be like together in the house.
We good. But listen, it's also funny because this is the second part where the friendship are going to start figuring out that America doesn't like them. So obviously, before we even get to that, they're going to nominate. Bo's going to nominate Howie and Rachel. We see there's kind of a push to get James out by Maggie, and it almost works. But Yvette, and this is where you're starting to see the friendship kind of like crumble a little bit. Yvette is trying to protect James a lot because they kind of got close since Sarah left. And they're kind of working together, but they're not. It's kind of a weird dynamic. But obviously they're going to go up. We're going to see America give the opportunity to give one of them a phone call, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is we're going to find out who loves who, and who America loves." Yvette's so ready for this phone call. She feels like it's going to be her or Maggie or it's Janelle. And Janelle
No, not just Janelle.
Yeah.
It's Janelle getting a call from Michael.
Michael. Yeah. And what the hell? She's like, oh hey, what's up? Like asking did Paris have her baby yet? Like they're so pissed off. Yvette goes and cries upstairs.
Oh, Yvette's
like
crying on the
yeah.
floor. I
She's the
think I
best.
would have been like, oh, let me take the phone call outside.
Right. Like, does this cord reach? Because I want everybody to make sure that they hear me talking about the person that they voted out. And yes, you could have called your mom, your grandma, your spiritual counselor, your wife, your girlfriend, people that mean a lot to you that you've known your whole life. And I just picked somebody who I was in the house with for 2 weeks, and you got to deal with it. Perfect television.
And you still lost, you dumb idiots.
So good.
Yeah, did Britney Spears have her baby? Oh, that was sad. Anyway.
Oh man, I'm crying. But it's
Michael's
like
no.
No, I
like,
just
this is so
couldn't.
unserious.
And Michael was so unserious because, like, why is there a camera in his house? And he's just like,
Right.
hey, baby,
Hey, what's
how
up,
are
baby?
you? Shut up, Michael, with your horrible hair.
I'm crying.
And April, but I just have to, like, this is why I think I love April, because the chutzpah to be like, well, America is a bunch of dummy, like, to go that hard against America, right? Whereas other people would have been like, why does America hate me? What did I do wrong? And April's like, no, America's a bunch of fucking idiots.
I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you already know they hate you, right? So you might as well lean into it, because if you really think about it, from her point of view, Janelle's calling people bitches, Howie's highly inappropriate. It's it's some bullying going on. So she's like, why did you give it to Janelle? I'm sure there's somebody else in this house who ain't doing what Janelle is doing. And it's like, yeah, you don't see what we see though. We see it all. We got the television version. We get the edited version of Janelle. And from our point of view, she's having the time of her life. And we are too. So sorry. So if I'm her, I would have said the same thing. I couldn't even imagine being in a house or something like that and there's a fan vote and somebody didn't vote for me. I don't care if I suck at the game. You didn't vote for me. Y'all dumb. Y'all dumb as hell. So
Oh my
that
god!
would've been me.
I just love when the morality police gets on their high horse, because it's like, we're playing Big Brother. We're not playing my best friend. Like, get over yourselves. But I 100% would be like, America hates me. I get it. It's because I'm brown. I think I would just lie.
Listen, this is my favorite part right here, when they're like, "Oh, this is my show. Well, she doesn't have anyone to call her."
This is when they went for
Michael
2.5 Men.
Yeah, well, we get to that.
Yeah,
But it's just like,
not you stealing my picture. Let's
I'm
fight.
crying. Yeah, I did. But she was like, oh, she can't even get a parent or a friend or anything. Michael called her. They haven't even know each other. That just shows her character. Like,
would
this is the
y'all's
definition
family
of a Karen,
understand
bro.
if you did this?
My family would
be like, what the
100%
hell?
understand.
My mom would be so angry, but then she'd be like, I get it. You're a petty bitch.
My family would 100% understand, because they know me. They know I'm a menace. They know me. They're like, they would be watching the show and be looking at each other like, did he call one of y'all? I know he didn't. He did not. And then like answer the phone like, hey, Alliance member from week 1, what's up? I'm still here, baby. Like,
yeah. My husband would be very angry, but like I would be like, you just have to understand.
You gotta deal with it. Sorry.
But
oh god, it's like how you have to lose the loved ones visit on Survivor.
Yeah, I'm throwing it every time, baby.
But yeah, so that happens basically. Just to fast forward, because the rest is kind of a boring week. It's James wins another veto, shocker. And any kind of idea of backdooring James goes out the window, and it's between Howie and Rachel. Rachel's obviously like the better player here, in my opinion. She made a mistake, yeah, but I thought she had a lot of promise.
Oh yeah.
No one was really targeting her. No one really disliked her. She was just minding her business, eating her food. But she's out of here. And I do believe that they were really best friends. Like, Rachel and Howie had a really good friendship that I didn't think was real at first, but they seem very close watching it back. So
y'all think y'all don't think they ever,
who?
Rachel and
Howie.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, thought so. Because back then we thought the streets was saying, come on, Rachel. What y'all
like
doing?
It's Howie, bro. Like, you don't just hang out around Howie.
You don't hang out with Howie on purpose.
Yeah.
He must like put it down really well, because to put up with that, like, it has to be worth it.
Howie working with a monster. That's what they were saying.
I mean, it has to. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's possible to not.
That just reminded me of when they yelled that Eric had a small penis. I died.
Oh yeah.
Died. My soul just got up. He's like, you're short and so is your penis. I'm like, and Eric's like, you're going home. That's it. I'm sick of it. I was like, yeah, that's the last straw, damn it. I was like, Eric, you are giving little man energy right now. You might want to calm
You
down.
woke people. You ruined everything.
Lord Farquaad, like what are you doing, bro?
Oh my god, I forgot about that moment. It's just...
No, but I'm telling you how he has to, or like have something. Like he must, for real. Because please God, imagine putting up with that.
Yeah, I think
Boobies.
Rachel. Yeah, Rachel, call us. Let us know. You can text us. It's been years. We ain't
Just
gonna
send
judge
us
you.
the eggplant emoji so we know we're right.
Like their personalities don't even feel like they would be friends in real life. I don't know.
You don't have to be, listen. Come on.
Hey, can you drop everything you're doing and go on this TV show with me? Like
He was like,
okay.
It must be that good.
Okay,
He was like,
come on,
and she's
man.
like, what's the alternative? Go without it for 3 months? No, I'm coming. Let's go. Absolutely not. I feel you, Rachel. Rachel, like, nah, I'm gonna get mine.
Listen, if you have hate fuck someone, it's real.
This is when we get canceled. Okay.
We're not on Big Brother. We continue. Oh my God. I would get sued. They'd be like, you're telling people stories without their consent.
Right. All in the diary room talk about other people except me.
You guys just get purple at it. You just you're not getting any confessions.
The live feeds would love me. I don't care.
The feeds is gonna love me, baby. I'm in the corner of every room, like, y'all see this shit.
I mean, these dumb motherfuckers. They really think they have me. They don't.
I'm in the corner. They about to bump me out, y'all, but it's okay. It's been a good run.
I'm not making it past week 1. I already know.
All right. Let me.
I have to be with a twist. Like, I think if we were on the twist, like tethered together, that's the only way I'm making it past week 1.
Oh man. All right, bet. So just to move on from this, because we've been on this round way longer than we even needed to be.
Just like
Rachel's
Howie,
outta here.
yeah.
Rachel's out of here. So the rest of it, dumb decisions, but I mean it's sort of interesting. So April wins. HOH and Veto, boring. I'm sorry. Like they just do the same thing. They just slumber party in the HOH and whatever. But she wants her revenge. You feel me? Janelle and Howie have been harassing her for weeks. She's tired of them. So she's putting both of them up on the block. But Janelle's like, nope. I'm winning Veto. And Maggie is doing her thing. She's trying to convince April to put James up. Yvette's trying to save him again. And I think April and Maggie are starting to look like side-eyeing Yvette, like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're gonna put up James because why are you continuously trying to save this guy? So they're gonna put James Ryan up. He's out of here. One small thing before he even gets voted out. There is this the 2.5 man week?
No, not
that's in a couple
2.5
weeks. In a couple
men
weeks.
is the
in like 2 or 3
4.
weeks. Yeah. But yeah, they get him out of here, and James is gone. I think he played a very interesting game. I don't think it's good, but I think it's like survival. You know what I'm saying? And
that
he's
he
a menace.
did to himself. He did not need to. Like, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to give him no points because you that meme of Eric Andre shooting and then be like, why do they hate me? That's James in BB6.
No, he did it himself. Also, now we're knee deep into the jury house, right? So we got Jennifer in there first. Again, she's in there chilling. She's like, I'm the first one in here. I wonder who's coming next. I hope it's not, I'm hoping it's one of my friends, even though I want them to win. Boom, in walks Rachel, and she's like, I hope it's not Rachel. Like, she's so boring, blah, 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 blah. Rachel hits the corner, and Jennifer's like, hey, girl, what's up, babe? And I mean, the fakest of fake. And I'm just like, another good hate into her.
That's exactly, yes.
They go to watch the tapes, and every time the friendship does something, Jennifer's like clapping and like, oh my God, I love my team. They're so good. And Rachel just has to sit there and endure it. And then after Rachel, you get what Bo Yeah, Bo comes in and it's like, oh, thank God Bo is here. And then they watch it like, oh my God, my friends. And every time you just get them side eyeing each other. Jennifer is like giving Rachel looks, Rachel's giving her looks. Everybody in the house still hates each other, and they're just like filing in one by one. It's so good. I love it. It's perfect TV. I'm sorry. I
Jennifer's
don't care.
smile, like, I love
Yeah.
women, so like I can't ever drag women like that, but like, oh my God, her smile. I was just like, something is just not working for me. And I don't know what it is. I think it's because she's also actually unbothered.
Yes.
Maybe that's why it's bothering me. Because I was like, no, I want you to crumble and you won't.
No, she was giving it out so much. And I think that's another reason why
Yeah.
you get a hate into her. Because if you're watching the season, she's so purple beforehand. Like she's almost like a non-factor. Then she does this huge thing that you hate. And then she goes in the jury house and she's just like shading everybody. Every time somebody does something, she's like, well, I'm glad we won. I'm glad. Looks like one of your friends is coming back into the house. Oh, look, my
I
faves are
love-
winning. Like, I'm like, God damn, Jennifer, you didn't deserve this kind of energy that you're giving out. But I love it because she
That's
does.
why I'm like, where was this energy all season, bro? Like,
Right.
No, because
like-
she's like, I'm fucked anyway, so let's just go.
Let's do it. And that's the type of energy I want from a Big Brother player.
Exactly.
petty, but not racist.
And what
There
about
you
it?
go.
It's possible. Look at this season.
Mhm.
Okay.
But they do say the R word a lot, which is gross.
Mhm.
But
And I'm
They
pretty
did that
sure
a lot in the earlier seasons.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, in
TV was-
2005.
TV was different back
It
then,
was
but yeah,
different
it's not
times.
great. I think Yvette also does a slur at some point.
Yeah, towards Kaser.
Yeah, so it's like
That's when
there
Kaser
are,
yells at her.
yeah, there are very nasty moments, but for the most part, the good fights are the ones that are just like like
She also says
above
ghetto
board,
water
you know.
slide. I forgot what's
Yeah.
that ghetto water slide.
Yeah, the ghetto, like that's weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so the next week is actually also a double eviction because I think the show's like we gotta speed this up too. Howie
Well, these people are
wins.
gonna kill each other if you don't get them out there.
Yeah. Okay. But Howie wins. This is a pretty fast and straightforward round though. No falters. Howie's not gonna make a dumb mistake again. He puts up Yvette and Bo. They're the last duo in the house at this point. Maggie wins veto, doesn't use it. Which is that smart? I don't know. Maybe whatever.
Well,
Yvette and
no,
Bo.
Isaiah, talk us through it. What happened? So
Mhm.
Maggie,
I'm trying
who's
to
on
think.
the
Is
block?
that smart? So if she uses the veto on one of them, I guess April leaves. But April's closer to her, so that's why I'm like, it's not a bad idea.
She has to keep April in the game because she can't
Yeah.
trust Yvette.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
Yvette has already tried to like ease James Ryan in. They just pissed her off by getting rid of James as well, because she kind of needed her in her pocket.
Mhm.
So I think it's the right move. You kind of want April to like you better than Yvette at this point.
Yeah. It's one of those situations where it's like, all right, one of my team members gotta go. Which one's loyal to me?
Mhm.
But yeah, Bo's gonna go. Bo, he won a competition recently. At this point, Yvette didn't win anything. She just kind of has a mouth on her. So,
But
people are
still,
like,
I just feel like I don't know. I remember watching this and saying, I think that Bo it just isn't strategic versus
mhm.
Yvette has more strategic chops than Bo.
Mhm.
So
at
it's
this point,
kind
who
of-
on their side is really strategic? Let's be honest.
And also,
mean-
you don't really need strategy at this point. It's us versus them.
It's comps at this point.
Yeah,
True.
Whoever wins
I would
is
have
who
voted
goes
Yvette
home.
out. I would have
You-
pushed for Yvette here.
I probably would have thought the same way just because when people annoy me, I'm petty and I want them gone. And I think I would have come out after Yvette for that. But I do think Bo is the right choice because I think Bo could win the game. I don't think Yvette sits next to anybody and wins.
I
at
think
all.
that's true.
I think people would vote for Bo.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Okay, yeah.
Yvette's side didn't even really mess with her like that. She was trying to protect James half of the season, bro. Like,
Yeah, Bo had a good social game. Howie liked
Yeah.
Bo. Janelle
That's
liked
true,
Bo.
that's
I mean,
true.
aside from
Yeah.
their drunk blow up, they was good. They was all
Yeah.
laid up. So I
Yeah.
think that Bo had a good chance. He kind of remind me of Bailey. Yeah, that like you could just find their way in the middle of all of this stuff
Yeah.
and be fine. And I think that that the same thing happened to him that would happen to Bailey. Is like if you're not winning enough, then they're gonna get you eventually because you just kind of chilling and you are a decent jury threat. And so I think that's why Bo goes home here.
Yep. And then Yvette, just so I was saying that she doesn't win anything, wins a competition.
Does
back and
she
forth
win a
season.
competition?
She wins a competition. The magnetic attraction, the
Mhm.
quiz. There you go. Production. Let you win this challenge. There you go. She wins it, and she's going to put up. Obviously, one of their sides got to go. So she puts up Janelle and Howie. Janelle taking up the mantle from James wins another veto. Menace, of course, and one of her own alliance members have to go up. April is going to have to bite the bullet. And this was actually a very interesting week because I remember. I'm trying to think, was it this week or was it the week after that? Yeah, so it was April kind of like pleading to Maggie for like her life or something like that. And Maggie's like, I don't think you're gonna go home. Just chill out. But obviously April's kind of like freaking out the entire time and all this stuff. And it's just like, you're not going home. She's not good under pressure. Obviously Howie's gonna go this week because they're outnumbered. But yeah, that was something to look at for me. I was kind of concerned if Maggie was going to hurt her jury stock or not, but obviously end result she didn't. But that happens. Yeah, so going towards this is the final five. It's kind of a straightforward. It comes down straight to competitions at this point. Janelle wins AHOH. She's by herself. It's literally 1 versus 3. It doesn't matter at this point. I'm just being real with you. She puts up Maggie and April. Maggie and Yvette. Yvette wins the comp, and then it comes down to April and Maggie, and obviously April's going to go home. The only interesting thing that happened this week was the 2.5 Men getaway. Where America gets to pick someone to go on this, and she is just getting so many prizes and stuff.
Oh God,
she
it's so
is going to
funny.
go that. Yeah, she gets to see Charlie Sheen.
Hate her.
Yeah.
Like they legitimately hate her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. That's what it was about the Yvette win. I remember now. It was that Yvette and Maggie were like tied in the HOH. I think that's that moment, right? And Yvette won and through this whole like, yes, I did it.
Yes.
Yeah, she won the challenge or whatever. But Maggie threw it. She put 1 as her answer. All you had to do was pick 2 and you win. So anywhere before that, like, what's happening here? She like crying and fist bumping, and I remember James so vividly being in the jury house going, that would be embarrassing for me. Like, will you watch this back and realize you did all of this stuff and Maggie just gave it to you? Tacky. I love it so much. It's so good.
And then April was like, why are you being so happy that I'm being voted out?
Yeah.
April is such a Karen, bro. I'm sorry.
He is, but I love it. It's so funny. They make no sense. It doesn't track because I think this is when we get the like, I have never called someone a bitch or a bad word, and then production cuts to her saying all these bad things about people. So I love that production was like petty with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was that level of just like this sanctimonious, that you were getting from them, to where you had to remind them that y'all ain't y'all ain't all that, and that y'all are acting like y'all are, like, you doing it for Cappy. He's a firefighter. He's a hero. Maggie is an ER nurse. These are heroes. Like, yeah, but y'all got some issues over there too. And that's why I loved it. That's why I like, bring us in, show us the flaws on both sides. Let us get to choose our side. And for us, it was just Janelle versus the world at this point.
Yeah. There you go. But yeah, we're going to lose April. And it's straightforward. I think she was a fun character though. And honestly, looking back, she was not that bad of a player. Her social game was piss poor, but I think strategically she was not that bad. I think she made some good moves when she needed to.
I agree. I think her trying to like ease up to Janelle and then ease up to Maggie. Yeah. Those were like, that was her actually like playing the game and putting herself in a position where she could have made it a little bit further. Whereas there are people like Yvette who was never going to get voted out. No matter who she sat next to, she was never going to get voted out. And so I appreciated April as a character. I do like that April has now, I've heard interviews that she's done. She's talked about it. And she's like, I was taking myself very seriously back then. And like, come on, y'all, I'm crying over the dog Pepperoni, and I know how he's not going to actually eat my dog. But back then it was so real for her. I love when they get invested in the game.
Yeah. Shout out to her. Final 3 though. At this point, I'm gonna just speed through the rest of it because
do it.
Final HOH.
Sad.
boom, boom, boom. Janelle's out of here. Let me just be honest. It's Yvette wins the final HOH. It takes Janelle. Now, this is an interesting thing because I do remember Yvette was kind of like contemplating taking Maggie out, but she didn't do it because the friendship, and this is kind of the problem with deals like this, establish that like the person to break from the alliance, we're going to vote the person that they took. So if you really look at it, Yvette's screwed and doesn't win regardless this season. She's just being dragged to the end. I think she really realized, like, damn, like, if you even look at the, the finale, the votes 4-3. All of the friendship vote Maggie to win, and everyone in the Sovereign Six votes Yvette to win. It's literally by one vote, 4-3. But
no, I think no. Doesn't Howie vote for Maggie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Howie votes Maggie.
Howie and Rachel
votes.
Yeah. I think Howie and Rachel.
Too.
Yeah.
But your people is not really rocking for you like that. Like that's crazy.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing.
You like, really don't think she would have had a chance against Janelle with the friendship?
No.
Well, if you look at it like what I think it's April goes on to the jury roundtable and says it. She says, we weren't going to vote for her if she flipped. We had already made a pact that if you went up against the cult, then you lose all of our votes. So if you think along that line, she wasn't going to win. But then let's say they didn't do that, right? And you just wanted to get the votes down to like who would have won. You would have gotten, of course, Howie and Rachel, and possibly like James,
April. James.
And then April, who Yvette and April just got in a fight like the week before, and so you have those. With Maggie, it's kind of a toss up to me, I think, because by the end of the show, by this time, the final three, they actually kind of they were liking each other at this point. Like
exactly,
it's not so hateful.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, so I think it could have gone either way, but I think knowing that there is that pact, it really does kind of like, all right, but because like the idea is that if Janelle makes it to the final two, she automatically wins. And I don't know if that's the case. I think Janelle sits next to Maggie, she might still lose. And so it's just like,
sitting next to Maggie, I think, but I just feel like if Yvette took Janelle, I don't know why. I just feel like maybe it was possible that, the reason I'm saying this is because I think Yvette would really have to fight her case and be like, I'm for y'all, but I'm also for my family. Understand
They're
that.
Just so petty.
Blah blah blah. But so she played the family angle, but she also did really bad in the jury questioning. So I don't think she was winning anyway. But because I don't know, her answers were horrible. But if she takes Janelle and has good jury, management, I think she gets the friendships vote. That's just I can't see them voting for Janelle.
Yeah. So they lost Jennifer's vote forever. They're never gonna get Jennifer's vote.
Yeah.
Yvette's got that vote locked in. She's the queen of the team. She's not going
exactly.
anywhere. Then you have
Bo
James, who did like Yvette.
Yeah.
So she could possibly get James. She's gonna get Bo automatically. That's another one. Yeah. She's not gonna get Howie. She's not gonna get she might get April. If April is true to the friendship team, she might get April. She gets Maggie. So she does have a good shot as long as
that's what I think.
Yeah, the reason why she started to lose James's vote is because she was promoting this like, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for my family. Okay, then why did you just take your best friend to the final two?
Exactly. Who you're gonna lose to.
You're gonna lose to. Yeah. You're going to lose to her. But so what happened? I think James said like, you gave up your family that you've known for 25 years for a woman you've known for 86 days or something like that. I was like, oh.
And her answer was horrible. She was just like, but I would lose anyway. And he was just like, okay.
Right.
Don't say that. Yeah.
Right. As hard as she was going for James during this season, she could have got James' vote.
That's what I'm saying. I think she should have said James, like, that I care about people. That's why I cared about you. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. It's unfortunate that her answers were that bad, where she was just like, I'm loyal and I play with integrity. No one gives a shit.
And especially when you don't, what I'm saying? Like,
you're going against Maggie.
Yeah.
Who is like queen of integrity.
Queen of integrity, the face of Cappy's alliance. Like, stop it.
This is also the same girl. Like earlier in the season, she was like telling Julie, "Oh, if we win the money, since I can't share it, maybe I'll give a little bit to charity." I'm like, "No, you're not. Like
No.
stop. Like Yvette is
Stop
not
capping.
straight up at
Yeah.
all."
You know, it's wild too because Yvette, she won't ever win that final two because she wouldn't have got there if she could have said those things, Sasha. They would have never let her anywhere near the end if she had that capability. Think about like Gina Marie. Yeah, fine. Put her in the final two because we know the moment you start asking her questions, like, hey, you use meatballs, use goons, you know,
That's true. That's true.
yeah. So that they had the right person. Maggie was automatically once it got down to the final four, Maggie touches the final two, she wins. But
Yeah.
you know, Yvette she would have had a better shot probably against Janelle.
Yeah, that's all I think. I think Janelle still maybe pulls it out, but I don't know that Janelle's the best at answering questions either.
Well,
So
we'll never
that's
know
why
because
I feel
she's
like
never
the
in the final
friendship.
two either.
Yeah, that's why I feel like the friendship maybe would have felt bad and voted for her.
And the reason why, go ahead,
Okay.
Isaiah.
I would say friendship low key is not a bad alliance if you look at it too. I just don't like them.
Yeah, we just don't like
They're just
them.
annoying. Yeah.
And honestly, them winning the season is why it's not the best season of Big Brother.
Exactly. I agree with you.
The end just takes the wind out of your sails. You've been rooting against these people. Janelle is right there. She's at the gate. And in your mind, if she makes it to the final two, she wins. And then they don't. And it's like, damn, I rooted for the losing team this entire time. I just knew we had this. So when I rank my Big Brother seasons, this is always in like the top 3. But it ain't number 1 because I can't deal with that loss. I almost don't watch the end of the season. Like, why would you?
Yeah, that's why BB4 is my favorite.
Yes, taste.
But no, there's just no way this can be like number 1 because I can't get behind the friendship.
It's top 5. It's just not a satisfying ending. That's all.
Yes, exactly.
And before I move on from Yvette, do you guys think that she would have did good in All Stars because she was an option? Do you think she would have done well in that?
Well, Isaiah, you just watched All Stars, right? So my question is, if they bring in Yvette, like who do they take out, right? So like let's say they have to take out somebody from BB6 because there's too many of them, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if so. It's like BB6. It has Janelle, James, Kaser, Howard. I don't think they would have messed with Yvette coming in anyway.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. It's not like she's a part of that alliance. She's going out first.
She might have been an early boot because it looks like people are coming with reputation. Like they already put Danielle and Allison up first week because they were like cutthroat. Yeah, they would have got her out of there. I ain't going to catch.
No, and I just don't think she's that good. So she would have gotten eaten up by the others.
The only thing that could save her is that she's the original. She an OG Janelle hater. And the people in Big Brother 7, they too got that jealousy was a thing. And so if she could have got to that group, the Allison, if she could have got to Allison first, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's a mess right there.
Yeah.
But
the only issue with them is that they were all like floaters and flippy flops.
Yeah, too, so that's why I just think Yvette couldn't have handled that.
Yeah, like Diane would have slapped Yvette. I'm sorry, she would have. Diane came off like, oh, I'm a sweet. Nah, Diane was from the gutter. You know, she didn't play them games. She'd have slapped Yvette. They'd have walked her on out the house.
Like people didn't like Erica, but Erica knew when to just be quiet and eat her food. You feel me? Like I don't think Yvette
underrated Big Brother player.
Yeah, Erica. And I think Yvette just would have gotten too big for her own sake, and then the others would, I think, just like eaten her up. And they would have almost like focused on her instead of Janelle, like for a little bit too. You're like, who is this like pest? That's just like up.
Danielle Reyes gets rid of her very quickly just because it's something that Danielle can do and get away with and nobody would come after her. You know what I'm saying? Like Yvette doesn't stand a chance in All Stars. Not many people did because it was super rigged, but whatever.
I ain't gonna say all that, but yeah, I feel you.
We will.
I said it. Should have had me on.
No. Okay, so final questions. So real quick, how is Maggie as a winner for y'all? I feel like she's gotten more respect now that the years have passed by. But how do y'all feel as Maggie as a winner?
This is hard because and Sasha and I have this in common. So I'm going to speak for her just this one time. We like players. They don't have to be the best player. They really got to be a good character, right? Yeah. And so like, if it's a steamroll, you got Sasha's attention. She loves that. for me, you have to be somebody who when I think of the show, I think of you. And for Maggie specifically, she does that. There's a little bit of that for her because this is the season. This is a great season of television, and she wins. But Maggie, the player, is fine. She did what needed to be done in this season. I think Maggie could have potentially won another season because she's just like she's agreeable, but she knows how to rally the troops. She's decent. But if you ask me to cast my dream Big Brother cast, at no point Maggie's gonna make the list. Not at any point.
Can I just say I forgot she won the season?
I'm crying.
Oh yeah,
I just knew that Kayser and Janelle lost,
right?
But
yeah.
I didn't
like I
know.
forgot who won. Yeah,
yeah. I literally was like, "Oh, final two. Oh, does that vet win?" Like, that's how confused I was on the rewatch. Where I was like, "Maggie wins." Oh, okay. Yeah. I agree. I think she's just there. Like, bless her heart. It is what it is. I don't think she's a bad player, right? The James play, she made all the right moves in the right time, so that's why I don't want to shade her. It's just she's there. I just think they're better winners.
I think she's one of the better strategists because I mean she literally just like got all these people to follow like a cult. Like it was kind of weird.
But they would have followed anything.
But also that Howie, like how you really got Howie to do something.
But that's Howie.
But I understand. Howie. But she pushes. I'm gonna give her a little bit. But with that being said, it's like, you know, I think that Vanessa's a better version of Maggie. You know, like I think Maggie did like the groundwork, but Vanessa like amplifies it and then God.
No, she doesn't win.
Yeah. I know. But I still think that she's better than her. Like Danielle Race has never won.
Winning has to matter.
I would put Danielle over Maggie. And Danielle's never won.
In reality, yes, I would too. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, then maybe you can't do all that to win. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
But that's what would run circles around Maggie. Make no mistake.
Of course.
Yeah. Right. If you look at it, and Isaiah, again, you've been doing the research.
Yeah.
A lot of these Big Brother players are not good.
Not good.
Players. They are not. Big Brother winners are not good at the game. A lot of times it's not the best player to win. It's not the second best player. It is like it is somebody who just like has stumbled their way.
Yes,
and you can name them, and I will crush all your fans because they are bad players.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just have to have that perfect storm that allows you to be up against worse players, honestly.
A lot of luck.
Yeah, and Maggie was sitting next, like she was in a situation where in a war where you're going after partners, her partner went home first. So why would she be at the top of anybody's list to go after? You know what I'm saying? Like the war started when her partner went home. So she got 4 weeks off.
Exactly.
You know? So Maggie, like she did what needed to be done.
If you put her in a 100 seasons, she loses most of those. Like she doesn't do that well.
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yes, because I think
she's one of the few good players that won Big Brother.
And
I think she's just lucky.
No, because her personality is so blending in that she doesn't talk shit about anyone. She was not in the fights, if you think about it. She would actually be like, oh, even in the confessional with the 2.5 men, she was like, well, you know, maybe it's okay. So she just rides the middle enough to where you don't hate her. And that's enough to get through a lot of weeks, man. And I think she's smart.
See, when you have like crackhead cast, like it's usually the people who like mind their business who win it. Like if you look at this,
Cody.
Maggie won, Cody won, Derek won,
it's
Steve,
the formula.
Like if you have a chaotic cast, Tyshawn too. Like if you have a chaotic cast, if you are the chill guy that you're not beefing with people, you're gonna win. So it's like, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. It's every season, so that's what that should tell us something. That's why, like the fact that Paul lost twice.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah. Y'all are both right. I think that it's just one of those things where to be a good player, you need to be able to blend in Big Brother, and she's good at that. Because listen, Maggie is a better Big Brother player than Kayser by far.
Oh, of course.
And it's not even close. And that's the thing, because Kayser could not hide. Kayser could never hide in a crowd. He just couldn't. Even if he was a white man, Kayser would still be rallying the troops. He'd be the face of whatever alliance he's a part of. And Maggie has the ability to hide. And you have to be able to dodge the block. That's the name of the game. And so I think that's what it is. She's a good winner. She's not dynamic, and that's why I don't care to watch her.
No,
and most winners probably aren't. And I think that maybe that's something we need to like be okay with and understand that that's how you win.
Yeah. Oh, because the people you named, Isaiah, those are good winners. Cody demolished
Yeah.
everybody. Steve was
Ugh.
fine. You know, who else did you name? Derek demolished everybody, which
Derek,
and then but you
Tyshawn
named
and all them, yeah.
Tyshawn. These are all good players. This is one of the best TV.
Yeah, this is born TV. But I mean, that's how it is, though.
Yeah. The bad TV, them are the players. Them are the wild ones.
And they're not winning. They're not making
winning.
juries.
Yeah.
We rarely get Dan's out here, bro. Okay, like Dan is like it's in the chaotic cast. He just wasn't the most chaotic. You feel me? Like
yeah.
Okay, and Maggie and Drew Daniel are like people who just kind of like disappear. Like I don't even know where the hell Maggie is in life. As you should. Like I support that. Like she went back to work and was like, I'm not doing the celebrity shit. So good for her. But
there was some drama. You know how the Big Brother fans are. They gonna dig, and so they had found out and Maggie had said some weird stuff on the feeds, and so people, Maggie ain't squeaky clean, and so that's pretty much why I always thought she went off the grid because it's necessary because Big Brother fans are cracked. And as a Big Brother fan, I can say that. I sure can.
You're all horrible.
We are cracked. And so if we don't like you, we will go Google you until the cows come home. And they Googled her and they found some stuff. And they were trying to dox Maggie back then too. She ain't exempt.
Damn.
Yeah, even Maggie, even Queen Maggie. The
well,
internet was coming for her. Yeah.
Who's Queen?
Yeah,
like I don't even know where she is. Like that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I looked up Howie's Instagram, so he still hangs out with James. I just wanted to see if James and Sarah were together. I just like forgot who he was married to, and I was like, oh, just James's wife is not who I thought he would end up with. It was interesting. That's all. No shade. She's like really beautiful.
I think he's done Evil Dick's podcast a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said James had an evil dick because listen, I've heard stories. James had made his way through the reality TV streets.
That's correct.
I'm glad he finally hung up his whole jersey and his
you are funny
a gentleman. Nah, because ain't no way you've been watching Big Brother and you ain't heard about James Ryan.
No, I remember. Yeah,
James Ryan been out here. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad for him. You do you, boo.
Yeah. How used to go to the meetups and everything too, but
not the meetups.
Hard to reality, whatever. All right, but anyway,
that if you want to meet to meet.
anyways, we kind of answered the last question. All right, that was where we were ranking. We all kind of said like top tier. So, look, that is our review of Big Brother 6. That was a very fun one. We're gonna just start closing out real quick. Ty had some technical difficulties, unfortunately, but shout out Ty. We're gonna get Ty again at some other point, but go follow Ty. Let me get you guys Twitter in your mind real quick before I have to go switch off. No.
Well, what do you got? So I know you have. I'm pretty sure you have the rest of your seasons already lined up, right? Do you already know all your guests?
For the most part, but not all of them. So I'm gonna try to get Ty back out here, but T Graham.
Tap my shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, you want to come back?
These are the good seasons.
Are you all right with your podcast?
Look, we'll talk after the stream. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't like harassing people. We're gonna come back.
You can ask people. It's okay. Anyway, let me know. Let's move.
We'll talk after. But, all right. So Sasha, thank you so much. Where can people find you, and what are you into? What are you doing?
Yes. You can find me weekly on a pop culture vibes only podcast called Mess Magnets at Rob Has a Podcast /Mess Magnets. Go check that out. It's with Kirsten McKennis and Jason Reed, and I just wrapped up the show Extraordinary, which is a really cute, silly British, very rated R show on Hulu and on post show recaps. So check all of that out in the Everything is Super feed. And for everything else, just follow me on Twitter at funsize_04.
All right. How about you, Chappell?
Got a lot going on, y'all. This post show recaps has me, has my heart right now. So I'm over there talking about Snowfall with Mari and LaTanya. So check that out. Abbott Elementary with Gia Worthy. Check that out. And season 2 of Bel Air just started. So me and Puya are talking about that. I'll also be joining Ariel to talk about Grey's Anatomy. We're doing deep dives into the characters and talking about the most recent season to say goodbye to Ellen Pompeo as this is her last season as a regular. So check out that all on post show recaps. Go to postshowrecaps.com to see all of that and subscribe to all those various feeds. Also, you might have just heard me here on Silent Podcast talking about Marvel content. We were talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp versus Quantumanium. And so it was a good time. Check that out too. And then on Rob Has a Podcast, of course. That's my home network normally. I'm hanging out on the Nothing But Netflix podcast with Rob Session. Last week we talked about the PGA tournament with Grace Leader, and this week we covered We Have a Ghost, the #1 movie on Netflix starring Anthony Mackie. So check that out when you subscribe to Nothing But Netflix. Also on Rob Has a Podcast, we have a Survivor draft coming up, and so check out our Survivor draft tomorrow. Hopefully I do not lose. I lost last year, but I did win the year before, so we gonna have our fingers crossed. Good vibes only. So check that out. And then I talked to Puya last week about 90 Day Fiance, so check that out on RHAP.
I can't believe I still haven't been on, but anyway,
yeah, that's weird. That is weird. And I had to follow Mari, which is hard. And so so follow me on Twitter at Chappell's_show. And you might see here on my screen, it says at Steve_versus_the world. The guy needs a kidney. Go check out his Instagram page. See if you can help.
But Chappell does not know him, right?
I don't know him. I said just go check out his Instagram page. If you want to help, you can help.
Highlight the word check out.
Yeah, check it out.
There you go.
But for yourself.
Yeah, for yourself. Go. You do your own research.
Yeah. And lastly, first of all, if you haven't already, please check out all of our social media pages for Silent Podcast. Follow, do all that fun stuff. Every little bit helps. And if you like what you're hearing on the audio platforms when I upload all these together, leave a 5-star review, but only 5 stars. If you like it and you don't like it, or you want to put forward, just don't do it. Just wait till you hear something that is 5.
Or just leave criticism in the 5-star review, but 5 stars only, because we have a special Apple that we can only read 5 stars.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
So like Valencia said, like and subscribe. But if you want to hear anything else that I'm in, you can follow me at 8BallBangers on all social platforms. I'm doing this. We're almost done. I have seasons 5 through 1. I have OTT, and I have 15. I'm thinking of doing something very special.
Pause. You skip 15?
There's a reason. I got a potential interview. We're gonna see, but. So we'll see about that. But make sure next week you are here for what is it, Big Brother 5? Yeah. Yes. So I know Gia and Nicole should be here, but if I have anyone else on that, make sure you check that out. And I saw someone ask in the chat about Big Brother Canada. Which one of it was it? It was whoever it was. It was Joseph. Big Brother Canada. So we're doing bounce checks again this year. Very hype. With me, Katie, Josie, and then Lance. So we're coming back for that. Very excited. And Global blessed us. So we're going to be doing extra interviews from the beginning. So I'm very hyped for that. So shout out to that. There's hell on earth though. There's no feeds. I'm not going to talk about that here because this is not a Big Brother Canada podcast, but I believe I have an interview with someone who can answer that on the 6th, which is next week. So look out for that interview next week and you'll find any answers you're looking for. But until next week to talk about Big Brother 5, I'm Isaiah. Have a good one. Bye.